I do want to talk about Konate because Liverpool fans, you have to come to the realization, and I'm going to help you in this segment right here. Barcelona have La Masia. Chelsea have Cobham. Arsenal have Hale End. Dortmund have whatever their academy is called. Bayern, they have the Bundesliga, right? Real Madrid have Liverpool. The way that we treat you like a feeder club is actually crazy. It feels like bullying at this point. It feels like we just always seem to capitalize off of Liverpool's lack of awareness. How you guys have allowed Konate to only have 1 year left on his contract, I don't understand. The incompetence that we've seen from whoever is in charge of making sure that these players extend their deals, he needs to be fired. I don't know whose job it is. He needs to be sacked. This is crazy. Liverpool fans, it's happening again. Now, the question that I'm going to pose to you is, do you want to do this the easy way or do you want to do this the hard way? I'd like to think that you've understood or come to the realization after the whole Trent saga. But I know that Liverpool might still be a little bit stubborn. But if you guys do not force this man out of the club this summer, you are idiots. Before we get into the reports, let me tell you what I would do if I was Liverpool. If I was the person that is in charge of the decision making, I would come to Konate right now, tonight. I would say to him, Konate, I rate you as a player. You've been very important in our success. The partnership that you have with Van Dijk is very good. But if you do not sign a new contract in the next 2 weeks, let's say I give him a set date, a deadline. If you do not sign a contract by then, you are finished at this club. We will send you to the gulag.
You're finished.
This is what I would tell him.
You're finished. You're finished.
I'm going to be so
Wallahi,
serious.
you're finished. Wallahi, you're finished.
You're finished. We will force you out. Liverpool, generally, right? When a player only has a year left on their contract, they have all the power. Because the club that they're at, especially if you're a star player, they're desperate to keep you. Because they don't want to lose you for free. They don't want to lose you for a cut price deal either. So generally, the player holds all the leverage when their contract is so low. But Liverpool have something up their sleeve because next season is a World Cup year. Now, Konate is going to want to go. He's going to want to play for France. He's going to want to be a starter. I would tell Konate, if you do not sign a new deal, motherfucker, you will be training with the under sevens. I will have you babysit for the last year of your contract. You won't even have access to the first team facilities. Your card will not work to enter the building. You will not be able to eat lunch with your teammates. You won't be able to use the bathroom. You'll have to get changed in your car. This is what you have to do. You have to be brutal here. And if Konate is willing to run down his contract, then you let him rot in the academy. I'd have my man playing in the Premier League too. He would be playing with the under 21s. Dead ass. This is how Liverpool force him out of the club. You cannot have another young player that you have developed leave for free to Real Madrid. Now, what's very funny is that Florentino Perez has said during Trent's unveiling, we have a great relationship with Liverpool. I can tell you right now, that is cap. Liverpool 100,000% hate us. They hate us. You know what I'm saying? Like, Liverpool, there's no way that they fuck with us. We take Trent, and we said, nah, that's not good enough. Let me come and double dip. Fuck it. But let's get into these reports, though, right? We definitely got to look at what's been coming out lately, because it's been a lot of stories breaking. And by the way, Konate, that white looks real good on you, brother. Now, you want to know what's funny? We are French FC. You have Mbappe, Chouameni, Camavinga, Ferland Mendy. If you don't think they got a group chat, if you don't think on international duty they're not talking to him about coming to Madrid, you are out of your mind. The way that we see these rumors, trust me, players see it as well. You don't think players are on social media? Also, Trent is now here, his former teammate. You don't think Trent might be talking to him like, yo, bro, Madrid is nice. Bro, imagine you can live in Liverpool, right? I'm pretty sure Liverpool is a nice city, but it's nothing compared to Madrid. You got to hear the Scouse accent all day. That would make me hand in a transfer request immediately. I'm going to be real. The Scouse accent is mad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't going to lie, bro. I would not want to be hearing that all day. It would not be hard to convince this player to come. Now, the issue is, will he either leave this summer or will he leave next for free? Now, let's talk about it. So, breaking. Ibrahima Konaté has now made his decision. If he leaves Liverpool, it will only be to join Real Madrid. The decision is very clear to the Frenchman. He considers Real as the perfect club to grow in his career. He is willing to wait until 2026 to join as a free agent, similar to Trent. His entourage has now informed Real of his decision. Well, did they inform Liverpool? And I wonder, if Konate enters next season with only a year left on his deal, how are they going to react? How are the fans going to treat him? Because he's not from their academy, so technically he's not one of their own. And Liverpool fans have already shown us that you never walk alone is a bunch of bullshit. Because there's an asterisk next to it. It's you never walk alone as long as we're happy with you. Right? So, how is this going to work? Because Liverpool fans are a bit dense. Like, they're not all the way there in the head. And I can tell from what I've seen with the Trent situation. Imagine blaming a player for fulfilling his contract and leaving versus the club that refused to sell him and get some money. Big up to my guy, Tom Little. But he is not a good representation of Liverpool fans. I'm be real. This guy makes you guys look bad. When I listen to his logic on why he thinks Trent is a snake, and he's from Liverpool. Like, he's born and bred in Liverpool. He's born and raised, I should say. It's a bit spooky. Now, the reports continue. They say Konate has now rejected 2 contract renewal offers from Liverpool. The English club are becoming increasingly worried that Trent's situation could be repeated. Again, it does not have to be repeated if you force him out of the club. Let me give you an example. Do you guys remember last season when Conor Gallagher at Chelsea wanted to run down his contract and he didn't want to sign a new deal? What did Chelsea do to him? They banished him from the first team. They literally forced him out of the club. They got money from Atleti. This is what Liverpool have to do. Football is a business. Losing a star player for free is bad business. He doesn't have to. Now, the thing is, Liverpool have fucked themselves because Konate is a player that should be going for 70 million minimum. Young, very strong, physical center back, Premier League proven, has won the UCL, has won multiple Prems, right? Has formed one of the best center back partnerships in the world next to Van Dijk. He should be going for a lot of money. But because Liverpool have allowed him to run down their contract, well, his contract, Konate is going to maybe leave. If he leaves this summer, it'll be for like 30 million. You're not going to get full price for a player that only has a year left. Because now you have to sell him or else you'll lose him for free. But losing him for half the value is better than losing him for no value, if that makes sense. Now, last thing that we'll get into, it says Liverpool would prefer to sell Konate this summer than risk losing him for free. This could accelerate a deal that would bring him to Madrid this summer. Now, look, Real Madrid are cooking right now. I'm going to be real. I'm very happy with our business. Trent Alexander-Arnold, thank you very much, Liverpool. Dean Howson, Franco Mastuano, Alvaro Correas, and now you're telling me Konate. Now, I would take Konate. I would. On a free, of course. To pay for him, let's see how much they're looking for. Because even though I think Konate is a good player, he's very injury prone. Like, when I actually sat down and thought about it, Konate misses a lot of games for Liverpool. And we already struggle with injuries at Real Madrid. Like, we do need more defenders, right? Dean Howson coming in has been a very good signing. He's been phenomenal throughout this Club World Cup. But when I think about it, right, Rudiger isn't getting any younger, and he's battling injuries. Alaba cannot stay fit to save his life. Militao is coming off of another torn ACL. So, Konate is a risk. It really is. Now, I know that we've changed the backroom staff and all these different things, so maybe the injuries is something that's a thing of the past. But I'm also not sure if Konate can thrive without Van Dijk. I just don't know. So, again, I would take Konate. Yes, he's a good player. But it's very risky. Like, me personally, I would rather wait for Saliba. If we don't think we can get Saliba this summer, I'd rather wait and get Saliba, let's say, next summer then. That's what I'd rather do than get Konate. But he is a good player, right? He does play decent for France. He does look good for Liverpool. Again, physical, strong center back, very tall. He's decent on the ball. I don't know if he's good enough on the ball to play the Xabi Alonso system. But at the same time, not every signing is going to be approved by the manager, right? Like, Konate comes across as a club signing. The club just view him as a great market opportunity. A player that should be going for a lot more, could be brought in for half the price. It's basically like me when I go shopping. When I go online shopping, I'm cheap. The first thing that I do is click on filter, and then I check off the box. Prices, lowest to high. Yeah, let me see what's cheap first. Let me see what's on sale before we get to the most expensive things. That's how I view it. I'm going to be real, chat. But now, let me know what you guys are saying about this whole Konate situation. Yeah, Liverpool, I don't get it. Like, why they're allowing these players to have less than 2 years left on their deals. For me, that is unacceptable.